if you were one of the people that lost their homes during the 2023 tax assessment tax increases, which pretty much made it unaffordable for you and your family to continue to live in your own home, in your own neighborhood, you can now go after the city because the judge just ruled in your favor, the taxpayers, which the tax assessments that Frank White and tax assessors were doing was not only illegal, but it was flat out corrupt. And I'll explain that in a minute. But you saw me defend Frank White on other issues, and you're seeing me criticize him on this one because you have to understand our political system. Different politicians are funded by different corporations, interest groups that control them like puppets, right? And so long as we have this system, you're going to have politicians that are corrupt on one issue and right on another issue. And so, in my opinion, this was the city's ultimate gentrification power grab. And so the reason I say this, and I made videos about this, guys, when it was happening back in 2023, in my neighborhood, for example, I have neighbors who weren't here 10, 15 years ago, like we were, and they have, all of a sudden $700,000, $500,000 homes, and they have a 25-year tax break, which the Jackson County residents simply just don't have, right? And so it's already difficult enough because that we're paying property taxes to begin with, because this is only normal in America. In communist countries like China, they even don't have property taxes every single year. That you pay the initial tax for your property and you own the home for the rest of your life. That's how that works. And so I get it. We have corruption at all levels. We have to fund our public schools. We have to fund our roads, and we have to find money somewhere because there's just corruption at all levels. And until we end that corruption, we're going to be stuck in this tax system, right? And so I get it, right? But the levels of corruption that were done during this tax assessment were absolutely incredible. Some people got up to 30% tax increases. Meanwhile, Jackson County residents in Lee Summit, for example, there was one case in particular that was very interesting to me, in which there was a home that had sold for $800,000 that was evaluated at $200,000. So this is the corruption that I'm talking about, guys. And so a big victory for now. I expect them to fight it in court and stuff like that. But for now, it's a big victory for all of us who fought back against the city. All 54,000 of us that fought back. And so kudos to you, and a big break for us.